Okay, eighth graders, here you go. Your end of the year project for the civil rights movement. Now, if you do this according to the suggested dates, you could be finished with social studies before the year is over. And I'm going to go over all of that in a few minutes. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to think about what we have done so far with the civil rights movement. Okay, so this is your project. It's called the Civil Rights Movement, and you're going to look at the important events in the civil rights movement. Okay, you're going to use your three things of notes. You're going to pick one from each of those things that you think is the most important in that note sheet. And you're going to explain why it was important and what it contributed to the civil rights movement. Okay, um, so let's just remind us what those were. So you're going to pick one from this part. You're going to pick one of these, okay, one of those that you filled out, and you're going to think on this page, which one was the most important to the civil rights movement? Which one helped the civil rights movement the most? Just one. Then for part two, the same thing. Looking at all of these, pick one. Okay, maybe your ratings along the side. Maybe that'll help you, but just pick one event from this that you think is the most important from the civil rights movement. And then same with the notes that you've just finished. Okay, which of these philosophies do you think was the most important to the civil rights movement? Okay, so that'll give you three examples of what's important to the civil rights movement because you only need to do three. Okay, so you're going to pick either an event or a philosophy, two events, one philosophy, or whatever, and you're going to put those together in a project. Okay, so let's take a look at this. For this project, you're going to determine what you believe are the most important events of the philosophies of the civil rights movement. Okay, you'll choose one event from each of the three, or philosophy from each of the three notes that you've taken, like we just explained. If you need to go back to the beginning of this video and review what I was talking about. When you've decided which of the three are important, you're going to review all the slides in this slideshow. Okay, know what's coming before you start working on it. Do that before you do any work. Then on slide 4, and I'm going to go through each slide as we go, this is going to be your home base. This is where you're going to find links to everything you need to do and explanations for everything you need to do. Okay. Then I want you to watch this video, which you're watching now. Okay. It's on slide 5. It explains this project in more detail. That's what I'm doing for you right now. And then read the rubric on slide 6. This is what's going to explain what you need to do. Okay. So hopefully you've gotten to that point. All right, so now let's start breaking them down. First of all, I want to tell you the suggested due dates. All right, if you follow these due dates, you're going to be in great shape. So today, do the review of the slides. Decide what's the most important event and why for only part 1. Okay, for only part 1, and explain why that's important. Okay, that would be on this slide. So just do part 1 today. That's it. Review the slides, do part 1, describe your piece of evidence, including the dates, what the name of your thing is, or if it's a philosophy, what was the dates of the philosophy, of the person's philosophy, and why you think that's important. This is going to be where you collect all your notes, okay? Then tomorrow, or Monday, Fridays we don't do. Monday, do part 2 on that slide. And then Tuesday, do part 3. So, to review, part 1 today, part 2 Monday, part 3 on Tuesday. So, if you get those done, then you're going to be in really, really great shape to keep going, okay? Then on Wednesday, decide what you want to do. If we go back to 5, you'll see the 3 suggestions of what I want you to do. You're either going to create a one-pager, which I'm going to explain to you what a one-pager is. You can create a website using Adobe Spark, which I also will explain what that is, or you can create a wee video. Each one of them is linked here the descriptions, okay? So you can decide what you want to do. Then finally, starting on May 14th, and I'm suggesting that this is done by the 22nd, work on your project about 20 minutes a day. You can work longer if you want, and turn it in when you've completed it, okay? All of your work, all the notes we've taken, everything, including this project, everything is due to me no later than Wednesday, May 27th. Okay, then I'm going to be turning grades into the report card, and that will pretty much wrap it up. But if you're working at this at a good pace and you're pacing yourself, you could be done with social studies way before the 22nd. Okay, it's up to you. So why am I picking these three things? Why these three things? Because I want you to be creative now. I usually find when everything's kind of wearing on me and it's getting to be too much, when I start doing something creative, it all goes away. So you choose which one of these three is not only creative for you, but what is easiest for you. Do the one that's easiest for you to do. Okay. If a WeVideo is just too complicated, don't do it. If you don't understand how to use Adobe Spark, don't do it. If you don't have the stuff to do a one pager, you don't think you're good with drawing and stuff like that, don't do it. Pick one of the other ones, but do whichever one is easiest for you or that you will find the most exciting doing. Okay. So if you look at these due dates, everything needs to be turned into me by the 27th. I would really like this project done the 22nd. Okay. So let's explore those things that we're doing. Let's first do a one pager. A one pager is what it is. It's one page. It's very descriptive about the summary of your three events. You draw pictures or you can print pictures. You add to it, you put words on it. Okay, I've got some examples here for you to look at if you want to look at what they look like. Okay, here's the instructions here if you're going to draw it. If you're going to do a physical copy of it, here are the instructions. You can use Google Draw if you want. For that, you'll be typing and pasting in pictures from the internet as you've done your research, okay? Maybe you want to copy the pictures off of your Discovery Tech books from the things we've researched. Maybe you want to go looking for other stuff. So you can do it in Google Draw. If you do the physical copy, the paper, you need to take a picture of it and then turn it into me. And I'm going to talk about that at the end of that, okay? So that's a one pager. Okay, let's move on to the website. Okay, this website, you're going to use Adobe Spark. And it's kind of very similar to a slideshow, but I don't want you to do a slideshow. You should do something a little more creative. So you're going to log into the website. The link is right here. Okay, it's going to come up like this. You're going to hit continue with Google, and it will sign you in automatically. Click on who you are. It should come up with your 800 number. And then you want to click on company or school ID. All right, and then this will come up. And then you can either, you're going to do a web show, a web page here, okay? You can take the tour if you want, and then it'll explain to you. It's got a template, a nice template. So let's go back to our document, okay? You can use one of the pre-made templates or do one blank all yourself, your own. If you want to do a website and really get into it, make up your own. If you want to do a website but you want to make it easier on yourself, use one of the templates. Click the plus button to add text and images or anything else to personalize and showcase your stuff. Create a collage or other things and add it to your web page to take it to that next level, okay? So that's how to create a website using Adobe Spark. Finally, WeVideo. Same thing. You click there, it's going to take you there. You're going to click on the sign in with Google. So you're going to click on the top, it says login, sign in with your Google account, and it'll jump right to it. Okay. There's some tutorials here, or each one of these is a video about how to do WeVideo. Okay. So if you really want to create a video, like a news report like CNN 10, or maybe a whiteboard thing, you could use a piece of paper for that, stop motion, anything like that. If you really want to try the video end, WeVideo is the way to go. Okay. So now that I've said that, if you have questions on those three things to do, email me or request a specific video chat, and I will help you on the individual things to do. All right? So those are the 3 things to do. Then we'll go back to this. You'll see the video here, you'll see the link to the rubric, and you'll see the thing to your notes. They'll take you to right we go. So let's take a look at that rubric. All right, that's slide 7. You're going to get either 1 point for attempting it or 2 points if you create it and you meet and exceed what's required. The middle explains what's required. Okay, it's for each part. You're going to use evidence from part 1, evidence from part 2, and evidence from part 3. 2 to 3 sentences of your, or 1 to 2 sentences is what I expect you to meet my standards. If you want to exceed it, you're going to do more than that. But I don't, like I said, I don't want you really going crazy over this. I want you to do, so you show me what you know, okay? And then finally, the final product. I want to make sure you used media. Okay, whichever you're using, make sure you don't just use one type of media. If you're doing the one page, you're doing text and pictures. If you're doing website, text and pictures, maybe some audio, video, text, pictures, audio, stuff like that. And show me that you cared about this project, okay? I want to see that you actually took your time and did it, that you just didn't slap it together. So that's the rubric. That's what required of this, okay? We went over your notes. This is where to collect all your notes. And then finally, you're going to create the project. You click it in, it takes you to the last slide. Here's what you do when you're done. You're going to click onto this page. You're going to either insert the link to your WeVideo or to your Adobe Drive or your Adobe Spark or to your Google Draw. Or if you want, you can actually insert the WeVideo or the Google Draw right here. Or you can just click a link, okay? I'll talk about that in a moment, what to do. If you're doing a one-pager and you take the picture, insert the picture here so I can see it. When you've done this, then you turn it in. Make sure that you share the stuff with us. Now, this might change a little bit. I might look for an easier way to do this, and I'll get that to you sometime next week. But right now, this is what we're going to do. Okay, when you go to do WeVideo, there's going to be, when you say finish, at the top it'll say finish. You're going to get a thing that says at the bottom, save to. Click to where it says My Google Drive, and that will save a copy for you. Otherwise, you're going to have to download it on whatever device you have at home, upload it to your Google Drive, and share it with me. So I would suggest on WeVideo, if that's the way you're doing it, when you click finish and you see those options, click so it says Google Drive, and that'll share it automatically to your Google Drive. Okay, so that's this project. That's the final civil rights project. If you have questions, email me, request a video chat. I will still be doing help sessions on Wednesdays. Please come to them. Make sure that you do your other projects that you might need to do, because everything is due the 27th for me, May 27th. This project, I would like you to get done by the 22nd, but if you don't, just let me know. If you get it done early, you're done with social studies for the year. That's it, all done. Just make sure you turn it in and email me if you're either early or late, so I can make sure you get the points that you deserve in hack. All right, I hope you have fun with this project. I hope you're creative. I hope you don't stress about it. Make it easy for yourself. Stay as amazing as you are. Have a wonderful day and get to work. I'll see you all later.